Hello, welcome to my channel. I wanted to do a series on the multiple aquariums that I have, and I figured the best place to start would be to do a traditional fish room tour. So welcome and take a look at my aquariums. So first, let's start with this aquarium, which is actually not in my fish room. This is in my bedroom, but this is I guess more of a paludarium. Nothing actually lives in here. It's just plants. So the next tank I have is actually on this thing next to my desk. And up here is just a terrarium with just, again, a rabbit's foot fern. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. And a begonia there. Nothing too special. But then down here, so this one down here is a 20-gallon long. It has two fire-bellied newts. You can just see one here. These are two juveniles from my breeding groups. One appears to be a female, and the other one is a male. Oh, I think I see him over here. What's his tail? Anyway, he's hiding. But yeah, they're still juveniles. They haven't mated yet, but there's a little bit of space for them to get out. Kind of hard to see through the condensation, but I haven't. I know a lot of people have experience where they spend quite a bit of time on land. That doesn't really seem to happen for me. I've had the other breeding ones for a while. I'll show you in a moment, but they never really seem to ever want to go on land. So again, this tank is just a sponge filter. If you can get it to focus. There we go, just another sponge filter back there. And then it does have a soil under the gravel, which is kind of coming up a little bit. And I have this, this is based, most of my tanks are based off of Diana Wallstad, so this is a dirted tank. And then the lights are on a 4-5-4 schedule, so 4 hours on, 5 off, and then 4 hours on again. This tank is getting quite a bit of algae. This is my second youngest tank. It's been up since February of 2020, or maybe just a little bit earlier than February, but yeah. So my next tank is this Hex, I think it's a 58 gallon if I remember correctly. This again is just, as you can see, sponge filters. Down here at the bottom, soil again, as you can see. So then I have some cories. They have up here in the front gravel, and then on that back layer you can kind of see it's like kind of all cloudy right now, but they have sand in the back there to go on. And this tank I like a lot. It's like a little, rolling around here, it's like a little jungle in there. But these cories do breed a little bit here and there, but I haven't really had the time to put into it lately. I had quite a few babies from them in the past, but not lately. This tank has been up since April or March of 2019, so pretty established at this point. Again, just soil sponge filters and the same lights as my terrarium, and the same lighting schedule as the other aquarium, 4 on, 5 off, 4 on again. Next I have this, I believe it's a 38 gallon tank. It has these, I think it's 3-spot gouramis. This again is just a dirted tank, sponge filter, same kind of lights, basic setup. It does very well. Actually, this tank was, you'll see when I show you my biggest tank, this is where all the original plants came from. This thing was completely packed wall to wall with plants, and I had so many. There obviously are still plenty in here, even though I took enough to fill my 125 gallon. But the gourami, even though I've had this tank itself for a very long time, it's been set up since 2011 originally. So, but the gouramis I've only had, I believe, since maybe 2 or 3 months here, sometime maybe February, March. Yeah, they're pretty fun. I haven't bred them or really done any projects with them, but this is a really pretty tank. People tend to gravitate to it. Also, it's right in the very middle of the room. Then over here I have, I guess these would fall in paludarium, although there's not really a lot of above the water land necessarily. It's kind of just where this pathos has come up. And these are, each one has 2 females and 1 male of Chinese firebelly newts. So they've been breeding. You can just about make out a couple of the babies there. Let's see, maybe there's some in the other one. Yeah. So this is where the juveniles in that other tank originally came from. They have been breeding pretty strong. I normally get around 50 babies each season. I don't really do anything special. I just feed them live food and let them do their thing. These tanks are also again just soil, sponge filter, same lighting time, the 454, which is kind of different, I guess, than most people. But yeah, so what I do with these guys though is actually I'll take the pot out and all the rocks and stuff, and then catch the babies. I actually have to do this soon, part of why I'm doing this video, so that I can put them in their grow out tank, and then well, they'll move on to other homes. I can't keep 100 newts, but then they'll grow up in their grow out tank. So I'll show you that tank now, I guess. So this is my 125, which we'll take a look at in a moment here, but just take a peek. So down here I have a pair of 10 gallon on one side, and a 20 long on this side. So in this 20 long is where I put the newts. There's a little shelf. I don't know if you can get it with the fogginess, but there's like a little shelf back there so they can climb up, because when they lose their gills, they need a place to climb or they'll drown. And this one I use from time to time when I have Cory babies, but I haven't had any of those recently. So this is the 125. This is actually my youngest tank. My wife bought it for me for Valentine's Day. It was a complete surprise, actually, for 2020. So it's only a few months old, and you can see it kind of dominates this room. Yeah, she surprised me with it. She was like, I bought you it. And then it actually arrived so quickly. It arrived that same, like 3 days later. So it was kind of a scramble. But initially this 38 over here, that's where all the plants came from for this. And I still, as you can see, had more still for the 38. So that thing was jam-packed. And this 125, as I said, all my tanks are set up the same way. And you can even, if it'll focus there, you can even see on top I use basically the same lights for every single one. So this is soil under the gravel. And then there's a sponge filter in that back corner, and then one over here, and then obviously the power head doing his thing, and just like a million guppies, obviously. There's also a red-finned shark, if I find him. He likes to hide inside there and under the driftwood and stuff, so and there it is. And, oh, it's gonna go back to hiding. But yeah, so this has only been up for a little bit, and it's actually doing really well. It never really had any problems with algae. It just kind of got going. Oh yeah, and there's this one goby that I guess I don't know if he was like in the bag with the guppies or how he got in there, but yeah, he's in there too. So that's my fish room tour. Hope you liked it. As I said, I'm going to start making some series about the projects here. The first one is going to be these newts getting little babies together, going through how I raise them, how I get them to breed, stuff like that. So take a look for that series to continue, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.